I am with Tea Master FengXiaoLiu, and I'm doing an interview with her. She will be presenting tea as meditation at the 2019 Tai Chi Gala, and right now I am in her shop. I'm very blessed that her shop is also in my hometown. So this is FengXiaoLiu over here. And we'll be talking a little bit about what she'll be covering, tea as meditation, her amazing background, and then I'll even do a little visual eye candy treat for you and let you see her wonderful store that she has here. She does tea ceremonies, and she's going to talk about tea and how your concept of tea might be very different unless you understand what is Gongfu cha tea, which is the old way of tea from China, really from ancient China, and that's actually what influenced Japan. A lot of people don't know that. They're familiar with the Japanese tea ceremony, but they really don't understand that its origin from way back when is from China. So what I'll do now is I'm going to just briefly introduce you to what is the concept of Gongfu cha, and then the background of this lovely person, FengXiaoLiu, and let's start with how is tea different in the way you do it with Gongfu cha as opposed to how people think, oh yeah, I have a great tea, I got this box of tea, or I've got this little thing of tea, and let's help people understand how that's different.
Okay, if you want to see what is a good tea or not, first of all, you have to look at the leaves. The box tea, as you know, is like the tea bags. That's tea powders. Those tea you cannot see the leaves. It could be the over seasoned tea. The leaves they harvest and they quickly roast it and crush it and then sell to the Westerners or the European, because they know you guys don't know tea, and you guys put a lot of milk, a lot of sugar in. Actually, I've seen some people just the sugar just bags after their bags dumping into the tea. That really shocked me, you know. So first of all, check the leaves. See it's a whole leaves or not. Second of all, you have to see the color. What the green tea skills. How you see the color, then you know it's good tea or not. The pu-erh tea, which is a fermented tea, the pu-erh tea has their way of checking. See it's molded or too dry, you know, that kind. Or it's new or very aged. So you see the color, you can know. And also you have to smell the tea. Then you know it's good or not.
Yeah, I think because a lot of people in America think, oh, I got this expensive can of tea or box of tea. Mm-hmm. And I've even seen whole leaf tea, and it's bad. You know, it's the lowest quality. And what people don't understand is when you're doing this high-level Chinese tea, you're getting tea that's from boutique farms. Farms that have tea plants. Some of them are from wild harvested tea trees. The trees are so big. It's from a camellia bush that becomes a tree. And the quality of it is amazing. It is so different than what is commercially available. And of course, the price will reflect that. But the beautiful thing I found too with Gongfu cha is that you can use, even though you use a good amount of tea, if it's a high quality tea, you can keep steeping it. That is, you can keep re-infusing it over and over and over and over. I know
Absolutely.
I've had some tea with FengXiao and other tea masters that you can take this tea, and I kid you not, you can infuse it like 20 times. Mm-hmm. If it's a good fermented type of tea, like a good pu-erh tea. And the green teas, oh my gosh, what comes out of it, it's like you're drinking incense. It's so deep. Now, I want to dispel a popular misconception that is going around. There's a franchise that uses the term Gongfu cha in it, Kung Fu tea, and that is not correct of what really Kung Fu tea is, what Gongfu cha tea really is. to a tea master, to somebody who's learned on this topic. And we need to dispel that, because you have to understand that when you go and get bubble tea or something from a fast food type place or a cafe, no. That is not high-level Gongfu cha.
It's a commercial.
Yeah, that's commercial stuff.
Yeah, they're stealing the Chinese traditional purpose to the misleading people. I know the Kung Fu cha. Kung Fu has so many meanings.
Yes.
Kung Fu means skills, means also time. That's why the Kung Fu cha use the tea. It takes time, and also it's art. You can play with it. Kung Fu. This is skillful and art. That's what I know. But it's used like it's not just a kung fu martial art type of thing. You know, everything is it's kung fu. Means the sewing clothes, right? And
any kind of
making art,
yeah.
yes, making tea, practice kung fu, practice anything, meditation, whatever. That's a kung fu.
It's very mindful. Yeah. So for today's world, you know, we talk about how important it is to have mindfulness, and tea is a very high level of tea is a way of mindfulness. Not only that, but when you drink these high quality teas, this stuff is like an elixir. This stuff does so much for you. We all know that tea is good for you and that it has tremendous benefits, but when you are engaging in high level Gongfu cha, these type of teas, you're getting far more of those constituents inside of your body, and they also affect your mind too. Tea has substances that we call in the West as nootropic, which means that they will increase your mental function. They're neuroprotective. They help your brain and your nervous system as well as other organs. They're antioxidant, things like that. But when you drink very high quality tea that was processed mindfully by farmed areas, very mindful skill, I guarantee you that those teas will have so much more of those health-giving constituents. It's like a tonic or elixir. So I'm going to just briefly show you what tea kind of looks like when you get real tea. And this is what it's like to people from China. Okay, see that? That's tea. All of that I'm showing you right now is how you get your tea. That's real tea, folks. That's the real stuff. Okay, and
aged.
It's aged, and then there's even the green teas, the fresh teas. They're kept very meticulously. They're kept so that they don't spoil.
Yeah, in the freezer.
And so she has, for example, a freezer where she keeps everything. Okay, so this is not how you get stuff in a store, even at a high-level boutique that you might know. This is very, this is how you keep it.
This is the tea. This is the tea. See? This is green tea. Fresh. Keep moisture. You know, this one almost used down. See this? This is all green tea. See? Even though it's packed with what I call it
vacuum
pack, you should stay in the freezer as well.
And this is to really preserve it. So that's very different. Okay, so I'm going to get into the background of Ms. FengXiaoLiu. She has an amazing background, and she's more than qualified to speak on tea as meditation. So, FengXiao, if you could kindly tell me a little bit about your background and then how you got into this methodology of tea.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is FengXiao. I came from China. I originally was a Buddhist nun. Yes.
She was a Buddhist nun, yes. And you lived, which monastery were you living at?
In Flushing. Small, very small temple. I don't want to mention the name.
Oh, okay, the one in China. Okay, yeah. You don't want to mention it. Gotcha.
You know, China, that's a pu-erh monastery.
pu-erh monastery.
That's in Wutai Mountain. Very famous monastery, very famous mountain as well. And that's Buddha's, what I call it, college. Yeah, that's 500 people. Now it's 1,000 people.
Wow.
Nuns live, work, whatever.
So this is where you
together.
stayed and where you were educated, and you lived
Yes.
your life in this nunnery as a nun
Right.
up on this mountain.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can let us know how you got into the tea, and then how you came here and you opened your
Okay.
shop. Just
Before when I grew up, I was like here, Americans drinking tea, use a mug, put the tea there, drink it all day long, But then when I was a teenager, I met. Can you trail a little bit?
sure.
Yeah. When I become a teenager, I met a spiritual guy who practiced meditation. And meanwhile, when he explained to us how to meditate, how to practice it, why, when he explained that, and meanwhile he making tea. The way he making tea is unusual. It's use this smell cup, aroma cup, and the drinking cup. This is one set. So you pour tea into the smelling cup, and you cover it and turn over and soak a few seconds, and then you pull out. You smell through the nose. Just this one. Why we do this? We need to get the best aroma from the tea. For example, the green tea has one brand, one type of tea belongs to the green tea. It's called a qingcha, clear tea. That tea is harvested in the early spring. It's not a really green tea, but it belongs to that world. It's not a strong taste. If you just pour into this drinking cup and you drink it, almost no strong flavor at all. It's very mild but sweet. So if you use this aroma cup, you smell it. Oh boy, that's another world. Sometimes you can smell flower. Sometimes you can different flower, different time, different person, different result. Some people can smell incense. So that depends on how skillful you can make. Depends on the tea, how much water, how much heat, how much the water put in the cup, everything, how long you soak, and the result will be differently. And also, personally, I realize that also depends on our mood as well.
So it really keeps you in the moment, keeps you mindful when you're using tea in this manner.
Yes.
And so this is what you studied when you were young, and it was a path of meditation for you, and awareness and being in the moment.
Oh, that's the important part. When you really smell this, you can really, really concentrate on it. You can clear your mind, really forget about anything else. Some people cannot meditate right away. Maybe you can start with this. So
that's a good point. If you have trouble meditating, or you don't know how to meditate, or you want to help someone meditate, tea is a great path to help you meditate.
Yes. The tea, we are not just thinking. Our thoughts can clear it out. Focus. Also, our body can really sense it, can feel the heat, the openness. Actually, the tea has a strong what I call a guide, or strong herbal medicinal purpose. So that can really open up our cloggage in our body.
Oh, so you're saying if we have blockages in our energy or our body, the tea can help to open that.
Absolutely.
In our mind too.
Yes.
It's a good quality tea, these special teas.
Yes.
Yeah, and then also I think the methodology that you use for tea is meditation also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some people just focus on, you don't need it to be smell, breathe, inhale deeply. No. Just smile. Just normal and sensing. So the more relax, the more open up. The more help open up, the more relaxed result we can get. That's why we love the smelling cup to meditate on it.
So it's really a good a way to use that as meditation.
Yes.
And you have all these products here too, right? In your store in Boonton. What is it, 508 Main Street in Boonton?
It's 805.
Oh, 805. Sorry, I got that backwards.
Yes.
805 Main Street, Boonton, Boonton, New Jersey.
Yes.
And you have, the place is called Sinophilia, for love of Chinese things.
All this tea I import by myself.
You all import the teas by yourself. So
I don't
know
trust
where they
the
come.
bigger companies. The bigger companies, the reason they ship the tea here cheap, because they know they cannot sell in China.
Yeah, so they can scam you. I know there's a lot of stuff on eBay and Amazon that looks like real Chinese tea, and it's very bad quality tea.
Oh my God.
And they color it, they put flavorings, and they fake everyone out.
Yes, I can prove you. I have one tea, the pu-erh tea, and then I checked on Amazon. They sell pretty expensive. And I look at the more pictures. I found out it's a fake. Why inside the seal, it's not a real originally seal. So you see there's the difference.
So you really need the guide of a tea master when you're learning these things, so you can find genuine tea like that, and it's rare. This stuff is rare, and it's worth it.
Right.
I know you've had people come in here, and they drink tea. They I know you reserve tea ceremonies for people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's, I think it's, what is it, 5 people for, or how many people?
No, it's
3 people.
Three people for $50 for 1 hour. 3 or 4 tea you can choose.
That's wonderful.
If you have more than 3 people, let's say I had 8 people total covered by this table, so it's a $5 addition per person.
That's some wonderful deal for. I know it's a lot more if you go to cities, big cities. It's far more expensive, and it's harder to get in. I know that Feng Xiao will give you a lot of time and a lot of attention, and you will get a very intellectual, cultural education. You will taste these teas. You will feel these teas. You will feel them and how they make you feel.
That's right.
And
I like to...
it's such an experience.
The reason I opened this tea shop, also I want to educate Americans to learn how to choose the best tea. How do you know? It doesn't have to be best. At least you know it's a quality tea.
Yeah.
So when you taste the tea, you know this is a good tea. When you taste, let's say, the restaurant tea, when you drink it, you feel the throat from your mouth to the throat. You feel dry. That's not a good tea. As the worst come to worst, when you're drinking tea, suddenly you were hungry, and suddenly your stomach shut down. Stomach shut down. Don't want to eat. Don't want no appetite. That feeling, desire to eat. Why? That's chemicals in it.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that there's a lot of chemicals present in tea, pesticides and things like that.
Absolutely.
So you have to make sure you get them from. And in America, I know there's a problem with tea grown in America, because a lot of those teas are grown in soils that were used for cultivating tobacco and such, and they have a lot of arsenic in the soil. Okay, and in China too, if it's not good tea, anywhere you get it, anywhere in the world, if it's not good tea, it can be laced with a lot of pesticides and things like that. And the more you drink it, you're getting poison instead of healthy stuff. So what the heck is the point of drinking it then? So if you understand where to get these teas from boutique farms that are isolated, away from industry, they don't use all these artificial things, it's a big difference. Big. So, okay, I could sit here all day. This is so good.
Teas.
You do have certified organic teas as well, yes.
Yeah, the especially
so good.
pu-erh tea, white peony. White peony is 老白茶. This in China is very popular too. The summer is coming. the white peony can cooling us.
Can make you feel cooler.
Feel cooler.
Yeah.
You walk in the sun, you won't get a headache. And also, we drink, but it's like a coating onto our skin, so we won't get the bad sun pollution on our skin.
Oh, so it helps a little bit with the oxidative stress of sunlight and sunburn and all that.
Yes.
That's really interesting. And so a lot of the teas also have medicinal qualities of different sorts. And I know some people come here and they swear by Feng Xiao's tea methodology and what they've learned here. They get some teas and it helps their health. I've heard people say that. I know because I come here all the time when I have free time. I mean, look at this place. It's like a museum. Let me just show you this place. Oh my gosh. It's, you know, you can't see it too well. There's all these little nooks and crannies where you can sit. You can have a private tea session. Oh my gosh. She has all these tea trays from China. She has, I mean, look at this place. It's a museum. I mean, every time I come here, you know, and I see that with everyone when they walk in. They're always like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this place is magical. Look at this. I can't even tell you how. I hope the camera doesn't do it justice, okay? Because you don't get to see everything. And sometimes she has her little dog here. His name is Moose. I mean, look, she is
the superstar from the tea shop.
She has all these Shing pots, which I can't even get to now. You'll have to ask her about that. And she has, I mean, look at this. Tea tables. Look at this. All this place is like a museum. She has some really rare things, too. Some antiques.
Yeah, that's an antique teapot.
So it's just, I love it. It's amazing what she has. Every nook and cranny has, everywhere you look, there's something just beautiful and amazing. These are some of the tea trays that people use when they do their own tea ceremonies. You can use them at home. She sells them. You don't have to pay the shipping and the tax and all that. And it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at this place.
Okay. Thank you.
So we'll see you at Tai Chi Gala then.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, take care. May 31st to June 2nd, 2019. So, okay. And if you're in New Jersey, stop by. Self-cultivation. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye guys. See you there.